Welcome to the show, Robert Damper. You are a keyboardist, composer, and songwriter. You've worked with and been musical director for Kenny G and musician for over 30 years. You've performed with Stevie Wonder, Patti LaBelle, and other jazz greats like Roy Haynes, Branford Marsalis. Long-time collaborations with Tony Gable, the Fatback Band, all kinds of things to talk with you about. Robert, thank you so much for joining us. Please do tell us more.
Thanks for having me. Tell you more? Oh boy.
Tell us everything.
I'll tell you everything. I don't remember everything. Tom mentioned a lot of the people I've worked with. I mean, there's, like Phyllis Hyman that I really enjoyed working with. She's probably one of the greatest singers that didn't get noticed as much. Gosh, I've just been blessed along the way to be able to play with different, great jazz musicians and, George Russell and playing his band and write with him and, of course, Branford and a lot of the guys in New York and different places. So I don't know, just a musician making a living and having a couple of good rub-ins with really great players.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah, man. That's all right. Who's one of your favorite that you perform with?
Wow. One of my favorites when I was really young. I mean, I must have been 20, 21 years old. And Eddie Harris came through town.
Oh, is that tune, Listen Here?
Might be him, Eddie Harris and Les McCann. They used to do, they had the Swiss movement. A phenomenal just musician. I mean, saxophone player and piano player. I mean, he played piano. That was really cool because I was really young, didn't know any songs, and I'm on this session, and he goes, man, I mean, you have a good future ahead of you, but you got to learn some songs, man. But he was just really encouraging and, even though I didn't know nothing, I was lost in space, but he was one of the ones along the way to really kind of, encourage me.
Yeah. And you have a new album out, Details. Tell us about that.
Well, Details is just kind of, it's been kind of a hobby project that I've been working with over the years. I had some tracks with a late drummer from Pleasure, Bruce Carter. Yeah. And I didn't want to get rid of the tracks. There were a lot of good tracks over the years we had done. And so I just kind of, on my off time, work on some of the tracks just to give myself something to do.
Yeah.
And then, over the years, decades, I guess I finished them all and just decided to put it together and put a little piano on it, put a little this on it, call my good friend Skyler Jett. We collaborated on a couple of things. It's just kind of like doing music as a kind of little hobby or something.
You got it. Tom?
We've briefly mentioned, obviously, your work with Kenny G. You're his musical director. So what's that like?
Well, for the most part, it's pretty easygoing, and I mean, he has a vision of things, how he wants to hear it. And, and we try to produce what's inside his head, and, we just do all kinds of different things. Like we have some symphony dates coming up this weekend.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're playing with a symphony, and that's a little more pressure, but but the sound is totally worth it when you're in the middle of a live orchestra.
Yeah,
and still even after all these years, we still have fun at it. Everybody loves to play music. We're still having fun.
Where are you doing the concert?
Those are coming up next weekend in Kansas City. We have I think 3 shows with the Kansas City Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
Then we come back for a week, and then we go to Asia, go to the Philippines, go to Singapore, and I think Malaysia.
Okay.
So those are just regular band gigs, in Asia.
The food in Malaysia is
oh boy, hello. That's what I go for, the food, man.
Yeah, it's amazing. Tell me, who are some of your favorite social conscious music artists?
Wow. Number one would be Skyler Jett. Like Beatles.
Yeah.
Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell. I mean, Nina Simone, yeah. Marvin Gaye, for sure. Marley, Yep,
Oh
yep.
man. Oh, Stevie,
Oh yeah, totally.
you'll find a lot of these artists that wrote love songs all their life. They wrote some social conscious songs too. But that's why I kind of started Music for Global Change, because there's not a platform for it. There's not a genre for it. So that's what we're trying to create here. I mean, you got jazz, blues, yeah, all
Mhm.
of, but there's no social conscious music genre.
Wow.
And to see all these greats that's written tunes like that help change the world, because Vietnam War was going on. What's Going On album was essential for that, right?
Oh yes.
And Imagine by John Lennon, and those songs
Wow.
helped stop the war. If you was looking at Woodstock, a lot of those people, they would do some of their songs, but they did some social conscious songs to stop the war too in the
Mhm.
60s, right? So we're creating this here. It's like really, even our song Feels So Good. That's a social conscious song.
Mm.
I,
Wow. Yeah.
I don't say love not one time in that song.
Wow. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's right. You did it. Now that you mention it, you didn't say the word, but it's about positive feelings, love, and
That's right.
things of that nature. You don't have to categorize it as such.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what's up. And I mean, and I think music can affect people. It
definitely.
goes places that we can't go. Into the airwaves and here and there. And I would like to think that it does have a cumulative effect along the way. You know what I mean? And affect some of this negativity and just kind of
Man, tell me.
balance it off,
Yeah, yeah.
balance the karma off, if you will. You
Uh,
know.
I mean, look at it. You guys are going to the Philippines. Some of those people don't speak English, but they love your music, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the music transcends the language barriers. I
That's
mean,
right.
I mean, for what we do, because it's instrumental.
Yeah,
But also when I listen to music, I can listen to salsa, I can listen to African music. I may not know what they're saying, but
that's
I
right,
can feel something from it that makes me feel good. You know what I mean? And
man.
music just has that effect on people. And if it's about something positive underneath it, once you learn what the lyrics are or whatever, then it's even more to the good.
That's right, Tom.
I just wondered what's next for you. What next have you got in the pipeline? Are you working on anything else at the moment?
I'm trying to, I mean, I had fun with my hobby project, which took forever. Actually, I'm working on a more of a piano oriented project. I didn't really do that last record to feature me. It was just I'm featuring kind of the music.
Hmm.
And, I just wanted to have something that I can dig into more as a player and as a
Hmm.
pianist and get into that. So I think I'm going to do like more of a jazzy trio, small thing, and just explore what I feel like I'm most comfortable at,
Right.
trying to do best playing the piano. Just play the darn piano, dude. Never mind all the Pro Tools. Never mind 400 tracks. You know what I mean? Just sit down and play the piano with a couple of guys and see what comes. So yeah, I've been working up some tunes that I like to do, and I think it'd be pretty easy and organic to do, and not a whole lot of time and production and tweaking and going crazy. So that's what I'm kind of working on.
Nice.
You know what I love? Because if you unplug all those other instruments, the trio can still play.
I know.
It's very
I
true.
mean, me and you and a piano, that's a gig. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a whole orchestra.
That's right.
You
You
know,
can,
I mean, some of the best tunes are just, you know,
piano
one
vocal.
or piano or whatever. You
Yeah,
don't need all that stuff all the
Hmm.
yeah.
time. Yeah.
I, I sang the demo for Gladys Knight for what's the name of it? License to Kill movie, right?
Mm. Oh yeah.
And
Oh, I
and
didn't know that.
she sang all my licks that I recorded. But the cool thing about it is like when we played for the director and the people that was putting up the money, it was just me and Narda. He played the piano and I sang.
Oh really?
And
Wow.
that song made the movie, man. It's really cool. So you were right. It could you be
Man, dude, now I gotta go watch the movie again. Wow.
What?
Really?
Yeah, License to Kill, the theme song.
Theme tune,
I sang the original demo for Gladys.
Nice.
Yeah, man,
Nice.
it's cool, man. It's, when you see things transform into what it's going to be, you're watching the whole thing. Just like the Titanic, when I did that, we never knew that movie was going to be that big. We had no clue.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's great. Tom, you got another question?
I do. I mean, just off the back a little bit of that, which you prefer? A kind of intimate kind of you and a piano in a jazz club somewhere, or big orchestra,
Thousands.
composing the whole thing? But is there a particular one that you prefer at all?
I think, the smaller, more intimate space, because the less people you have, the easier it is for all of you to get in the same space and on the same page.
Right.
You have 5 or 6 guys. Now, if you got 100 people, 100 strings, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It can do it, but you're not as nimble. You can't be as nimble because you have to move the whole big machinery to get with the rhythm section. And we may go like this, or we might want to go like that. And, everything has to be counted out. There's less spontaneity, I would think, or can be less spontaneity with a whole big project than a small group.
Yeah.
So I prefer the small. Long story short.
No, you said it best. It's intimate, and
that's it.
People feel like they're in a living room or something like that, right? You can just, these are all your close friends kind of thing. You do it for.
Right. And if we're there just playing, me and you, we could just look at each other.
Yeah.
Go, let's do the bridge again. Or that feels good. Let's stay there for a while, or whatever. But if you got to move a whole choo-choo train of guys,
oh man,
you can't make those little nimble, spur at the moment decisions to go places.
That's right. So now, man, we got to get out and go perform Details before anything.
Oh man, I know we got to do something with that tune, man. I think your tune is a highlight of the record. You know what I mean? That's just a great piece of writing. On your part, I helped. I threw my little 2 cents in, but you did the deal. But yeah, I like to, get people aware of it and hear that song, because I think you did a great job on it.
Thank you. I love you, brother. I remember I came by Robert's house and he said, "Man, I'm working on my album and stuff like that." And he said, "What you doing, Skyler?" I said, "I got this little," and I don't play piano I can play a root. But Robert know how to take the root to make the flower come out and stuff like that, right? And the next thing you know, he goes, "Man, I like that, man. Can I use that on my record?" And I'm like, "What kind of question is that? A trick question or something like that?" Hell yeah! and then we laid it down, man. And then another buddy of mine, Urs, who we had on the show, he mixed
yes.
He's in Switzerland, right? And then Robert played it for Kenny, and Kenny said, "Man, I'm gonna play on that." I was blown away, man. That you could write something that an icon want to play on. You know what I mean? So it's really big. We got to get that song distributed right, though. That's all.
Yeah, man. Well, we keep on pushing, man.
Like
keep on pushing with everything.
Curtis Mayfield, keep on pushing.
Mayfield.
Hey, I remember that room right there. Where you at?
Oh yeah. I'm up here in the sunroom, man.
Yeah, I love it.
The rest of the house, we turned that garage into a part of the house. I mean, remember it was just a storage, crazy place. Anyway, you got to come up, man.
I will. When I come back to the States,
yeah,
I want to start up there first, and then work myself all the way over to Atlanta, where my daughter and my grandkids are, and my other kids are in California. So we gonna keep it rolling, man. Tom, you got another question?
I didn't know you were a grandpa.
I got 12 of them.
Get out.
More than once, yeah.
Holy guacamole, man, dude! Your kids, I guess, help with that, but
yeah, four of them
do all that work, but that's cool.
4 of them are over 20, right? And so
great.
Yeah, my grandson is up there in Washington, and my granddaughter, they in Washington too. But
nice.
you haven't met my son yet. Oh, you haven't seen?
Oh God, I saw him once, and he was just a little guy.
No. You haven't seen my new son.
The latest
Oh my
song.
God, new son! Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna send you a link. He found me last year. He's 44 years old. But no, it's mind blowing, man. I'm gonna send it to you. He does some of our shows with him, us, man, and stuff like so. Tom, we gotta get one more in before we get out of here.
I will. Where can people find your music? What platforms are you on, and how do people get in touch with you? I mean, are you on social media? What sort of things do you do with regards to that?
Yeah, I think the best place to find the CD is CD Baby. My website is robertdamper.com.
Okay.
You can find me. You can find what I'm doing. Of course, I'm also performing with Kenny G. So that's my day job. So I'm still doing that. And just hit me up on my website. And God, I just love to be in touch.
Nice.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for taking the privilege of your time to come on that show, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks for joining us.
You, man. The privilege is mine. Believe me.
Save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.